Hi YouTube, Arena here, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute since I last posted a video, but there's just no excuse. I just haven't posted a video, but I'm back and hopefully more consistent this time. So today I have a react video for you guys. I'll be reacting to this new artist I found. Her name is NIKI. If you don't know who she is a Indonesian R&B singer, and she signed to 88 Rising. I recently discovered her when my friend played one of her songs for me in the car like months ago, and I just didn't really think anything of it at the time. Like, I thought it was alright, and then I started to slowly like come across a few more of her songs, and I realized I actually did like it, but I haven't heard like her full album or what I'll be reacting to today, which is her EP, which came out last month. I've only heard one of the songs, which is the single off the EP, I think, and yeah, that's basically it. So let's get reacting then. Okay, so the first song we'll be listening to is called Loki. I've already heard this one, but it's a good one.
Wonder what I'll do when the cops come through and the whiskey's run out. As long as we keep it low key.
I love the background vocals. Okay, I'm just gonna pause the song for a minute, but I don't know why. I like the song, but there's something about this line, when it goes like, you as long as you keep it low key, and then it goes to you ain't even gotta low love me. There's something, I don't know, it's something that it seems almost awkward, but it actually I kind of like it, because it's just kind of like the way that you're setting it up. You know she's gonna say love, but it doesn't sound like she's gonna say love. Okay, I'm just gonna pause the song again, but I don't know, like, I feel that this idea of like being all like low-key is kind of interesting, because the lyrics are kind of like this kind of confident like exterior, I guess, where it's like, yeah, let's keep it private, let's keep it casual, but the song has such a like romantic, like airy feel to it, and I don't know, it just kind of like creates kind of this like nuanced kind of meaning, where it kind of seems like she's like trying to keep things like very impersonal, because she doesn't want to catch these feels. It's just really nice. It just has this like nice floaty kind of it sounds almost like it wants to be a love song, but it's not a love song, and that's kind of a vibe, I think. What I noticed like with her songs, like based off like this one and the other ones that I've heard, she's very like wordy. I'd say she's wordy in a sense that there are a lot of words in her lyrics. Like, she has a lot to say, and I kind of like that. It kind of in a way, like, she kind of reminds me of Olivia O'Brien, but with better production, honestly. But I still love them both, and I still think they have like very like clear differences in their style and how they write, but I feel like they give off a similar vibe just because they sing about similar things and they have kind of the same attitude to those things. So the next song we have is called Yours, and yeah, I don't know much about this song. I feel like I should like Google the lyrics. Let me see if I can.
Slick with it blinking, we sleep in eyes, call and tell me to. Now it's all guessing games, I'm guessing every gaze like do you, don't you?
Ooh, I like this one. Yeah.
If you did kiss me, do you wish it were her? The best of being the worst. For fuck's sake, I'm already yours. Sad to say I'm already yours.
I think her vocals in this one kind of give me like a sort of Billie Eilish kind of vibe, just when she gets into her like falsetto.
Half-assed text, make sure to call you up, so instead I just call your bluff like fuck this charade. Enough is enough, but
Oh, it also kind of gives me this kind of like, it sounds a little, reminds me of Banks, but with a more like glossy, clean, like sparkly kind of sound. I think this one is an interesting one because I think this one has more of a like lyrical narrative than a lot of the other songs that I've heard from her, including like the last one. I feel like a lot of times she uses a lot of wordplay, and like I said before, she's really wordy, so she has a lot, but she also uses a lot of like wordplay in her like songs, and a lot of like metaphors and analogies and stuff. So she goes about, the way she goes about saying what she means is kind of indirect, where I feel this one and most of Loki actually, she tends to be pretty direct. So the next song is called Move.
baby, it's the way that
Ooh.
you make me wanna lay back. If I can put the blame in the state of my mind.
Yeah, this one gives me a really strong like Olivia O'Brien vibe.
There's something in the way that there's something in the way you make me.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that.
There's something in the way you make me. Girl, play innocent. The less that I want to resist. Oh, I'm way too unpredictable. I can't be held responsible.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it for a bit. But yeah, like exactly what I mean by like she kind of gives me this like Olivia O'Brien like vibe in terms of like her attitude. It's just like I think the production is just is just a bit different. Maybe it's a little bit better. It depends what you like. But to me, it sounds it has a more interesting production. But in just the way she's going into this pre-chorus, and it's the lyrics are, "Oh, I'm way too unpredictable. I can't be held responsible for nothing," and it's just kind of this idea of being kind of like a wild card and kind of like a loose cannon and like not giving a fuck, and like that's exactly the kind of attitude that I always feel when I listen to Olivia O'Brien songs. And like actually sonically, the way like her vocal style in like this particular song, and just the kind of like I don't know, the vocal dynamics in the song actually really do remind me of Olivia. But I think that's just what is part of what makes me like it, because I do enjoy Olivia's songs, and this one kind of has this kind of like funky, really cool like sound, and yeah.
For nothing, and all my crimes have been committed. Already got me so addicted. Say I'm bluffing. There's something in the way you make me.
Alright, so I don't know why, but my camera turned itself off. But this is the last song on the album, well, the EP, and it is called Odds.
This has got to be a joke. The universe fucking hates my guts, reminding me you and I don't spell us. I'm always trying to get to you, but shit just happens all the time. When I'm there, you're not, you're here. I'm caught up with my job, and your clingy ex comes back.
I like the production on the chorus, like that like vocal layering is really interesting.
And the cycle never stops, no. You're the mind game mastermind, but what I give to make that mine to lose. Oh.
Sorry, I just wanted to just pause it just to point out that this lyric, like, you're the mind game mastermind, but what I'd give to make that mine to lose, is just, I think, so, I don't know, I feel like she does, like, this, again, like what I was saying before, like, that play on words, and I think she's quite a witty writer, if that makes sense. Okay.
Body to you, oh, I know it's pathetic, but I couldn't care less. I'd wait until the stars uncross and say yes. I'll always try to get to you, oh.
Okay, I'm just gonna pause it again because I really like that line. I'd wait until the stars uncross and say yes. I'll always try to get to you. Yeah, like that idea of like having like star-crossed lovers and then uncrossing them, because there's still like this hope that she gets to be with this guy. I like, yeah, it's really a cool song.
I'm never giving up against all odds. Never in my dear favor. I don't want you for later. Never was much of a waiter, but I'll wait on you to drink you in. Guess it serves me right for even thinking. When I'm there, you should, I don't know, like call up your boss. Probably take the day off. Maybe we could change the odds.
Yes.
You're not, you're here.
Okay, yeah, that is that bridge. Like, it's really good. It's really clever. I like the whole like consistency of the kind of like waiter like like analogy or metaphor, whatever. I don't know what it's called. If you know what it's called, leave a comment below. But she just keeps with this like waiter theme where she's like, I don't want you for later. I never was much of a waiter, but I'd wait on you to drink you in, and it serves me right for even thinking. And then the other one, the last line is like, call up your boss, probably take the day off. It really stands out. I think that's what makes her like songs pretty interesting, because sometimes, like, I don't know, I find that her songs can be a little too wordy for me, where there's just a lot to take in, and it almost sounds a bit like awkward, but what she has to say is actually like pretty clever and pretty smart. And I really like when like artists, like when they write, they spend a whole verse like focused on just like one kind of imagery. Because I don't know, if you like, if every like line is a new comparison or like analogy, you're trying to relate it to something different every time with no sense of like consistency, it can get a bit messy. And sometimes I find she does do that in her songs, maybe like her older ones. But I kind of like this consistency in just like sticking to this idea of like being like a waiter and like being served, tying to this idea of also waiting on someone.
Against all odds.
Yeah, okay, well, that was the last song on the album, and I think lyrically this one might be my favorite. I just like the whole like imagery she like uses in the song. I like the kind of way that the chorus has this kind of like cyclic kind of tune where it's like da 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 whatever, and it's also like trying to describe the circular nature of like their relationship, where like he comes along, and then then he gets back with his ex, and then they break up, and then he asks her out, but she's like with someone else, and just like the fact that they can never seem to be together, but they never stop trying. And I think that's pretty clever. I say that I've been saying that a lot. Like, I think you should just take a shot every time I say clever by this point. They all have a very, very similar style to them. I feel like Loki and yours have that very, very clean, sparkly sound. It's very glossy. I think that's like the word she uses to describe it. It's very glossy. And then the last two songs kind of have this kind of swagger like about it. It seems like very dynamic. I don't know how to describe it because I don't study music or anything close to that. Alright, so my camera turned itself off and keeps turning itself off because it's getting too hot. So I'm probably going to wrap things up here. Overall, I think as a general piece of work, Loki is probably still my favorite song on this EP. Let me know if you want me to react to anything else, or any other kind of videos that you want to see from me. Just leave a comment down below, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, which I promise will come, give my channel a subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.